Please be seated. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Rita Knazel, Provost at the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University. It is indeed my great pleasure on this glorious day to welcome all of you, the families, friends, honored guests, faculty and staff, and especially the 2010 graduating class of the College of St. Benedict. We welcome all of you to the 95th commencement exercise. I would like to begin by introducing the members of today's platform party. On my left is the president of the College of St. Benedict, Dr. Marianne Benninger. Next to her is Kathy Cooney, chair of the Board of Trustees and one of today's President's Medal recipients. Next is our commencement speaker, Dr. Elizabeth Alexander, poet, professor, and chair of the African American Studies Department at Yale University. And next to her is Dr. Joe Desjardins, associate provost and academic dean at the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University. To my far left is Jessica Gensel, Director of Campus Ministry at the College of St. Benedict. On my right, we have today's other President's Medal recipient and 1962 graduate of the College of St. Benedict, Telzina Coakley. Next to Telzina is the prioress of the Order of the Sisters of St. Benedict, Sister Nancy Bauer. And to my far right is the president of the Alumni Council, Ms. Tanya Dolezal. I now invite Jessica Gensel to the podium to give the invocation.
Let us pray. Lord God, on this day, let us pray for these young women, the 2010 graduates of the College of St. Benedict, for their friends and family who offer unconditional love, and for our Catholic and Benedictine community who continues to support them through this new beginning that you have been quietly forming, just waiting until they were ready to emerge. And now the delight, their courage kindled, they take their first steps on new ground. A new rhythm of life begins. And though the destination may seem unclear, may they find hope in you and trust in the promise of a new dawn, unfurling their hearts into the grace of new beginning. May the integrity of their intellect be true light, challenging one-sided certainties and half-truths, illuminating the depths of your divine wisdom. We pray that their soul senses the world that awaits, giving them the courage to discover what the unknown yields, standing on the cusp of change, where faith and reason meet, liberating the illimitable potential of your love. May they live a faith whose social manifestation is compassion and whose public expression is justice, building a society for the common good, a society that honors the dignity of persons. May these young women make their power felt through wisdom and love, discovering the deeper meanings of all things and the sacredness of life entrusted to them. May they go forth guided by your grace, and let their light shine. Amen.
Welcome, everyone. Members of the Platform Party, College of St. Benedict and St. John's University faculty and staff, trustees, parents, grandparents, friends, and guests, and a very special welcome to the College of St. Benedict class of 2010. In September 2007, we began a tradition of having entering students pledge to remain true to our Benny Creed, a statement of our identity, our values, our beliefs, and our commitments. The Benny Creed was created by Bennies for Bennies. Your class, the class that began at College of St. Benedict in September 2006, was the last first-year class who didn't have a chance to begin your college career with a recitation of the Creed. So instead, your class will go down in history as the first class to hear the Creed read at your commencement. We are College of St. Benedict women. We are individuals, smart, strong, spiritual, committed, creative, diverse, powerful, worldly, vibrant, open-minded, accomplished agents for change. We value intercultural differences, stewardship, integrity, hard work, community, listening, relationships, social justice, balance, creativity, hospitality, other women, independent thinking, financial competence, and balance. We believe in sharing our spirit. We believe that our power, well used, is a route to positive change, that personal strength is a prerequisite for helping others, that there is joy in giving back to those who have given to us, that leadership is in service of the greater good, that personal wealth can be used to strengthen others. We believe in mentoring the women who come behind us. We believe that intelligence is a gift to be developed to its highest levels. And we believe that our worth is no less or no greater than the worth of others. We act to lead to the fullest extent of our talents, to promote justice in our world, preserve our environment, direct our power toward the common good, to empower other women, empower those less fortunate, influence history, make our presence felt and our voices heard, and to recognize those who are not at our table and to invite them in. So ends the Benny Creed. You have been a remarkable, courageous, smart, and bold class of women. At every step of the journey, you have made us proud, and we have stood in awe of your accomplishments. It is with deep respect and abiding affection that I congratulate you and wish you Godspeed on your life's journey, and I am assured that you will absolutely accomplish great things. Congratulations, class of 2010. Perseverance, hard work, drive, and compassion. These are but a few adjectives that describe the life and career of Kathy Cooney. After graduating from high school in the suburbs of Chicago, she traveled the short jaunt west to earn her Bachelor of Science degree in nursing from Northern Illinois University. 2 years later, she emerged from Northwestern University with her master's in business administration. Kathy joined Health Partners in 1986 after a stint with Ernst & Young as a management consultant, and she quickly moved up the ranks at Health Partners from a marketing manager to the executive vice president, CAO, and CFO, Chief Financial Officer. In 2007, Kathy received the inaugural Minneapolis-St. Paul Business Journal CFO of the Year award. She was recognized as one of just a handful of top CFOs among companies in Minnesota. Kathy Cooney has taken her experiences in the work world and has made a deep and lasting impression on the College of St. Benedict. She has served on the Board of Trustees since 2000 and is currently the chair of the board, considered by her peers to be a leader among leaders. She has played a pivotal role in shaping the college's vision and strategic directions for the future, which include advancement in mentorship, global citizenship, values-based leadership, scholarship and creativity, and spiritual development. Kathy is particularly an ideal role model for women because she combines incisiveness with intuition and insight and blends a data-driven perspective with a human one. Today, the College of St. Benedict would like to recognize her contributions to this institution and all she has done to help advance the lives of many young women. Therefore, it is with deep gratitude that I invite Kathy Cooney to accept the President's Medal of the College of St. Benedict. Kathy, please join me at the podium.
Thank you very much. I have to tell you that it has been an honor and a privilege to be associated with the College of St. Benedict over the last 10 years. I consider the College of St. Benedict a very special place. It's a place that clearly changes the lives of people. I would like to really offer my sincere congratulations to the graduates and encourage all of you to continue to volunteer, continue to give back to your community. The rewards are great, and it will make your lives richer. Congratulations.
Thank you. Being a trailblazer requires a sense of inner direction and a never-back-down attitude in the face of adversity. It also requires patience and fortitude with a small dose of humility to keep you grounded. Talzina Coakley is considered a trailblazer, both at the College of St. Benedict and in her homeland of the Bahamas. The College of St. Benedict has always had a strong and intimate bond with the Bahamas through the monastic link of the Sisters of the Order of St. Benedict. Talzina has had a dramatic and enriching effect on molding and strengthening this relationship. She was one of the first Bahamian graduates from CSB in 1962, graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree majoring in both math and history and receiving minors in philosophy and secondary education. She also pioneered the first four-year college program, that's College of St. Benedict, in the Bahamas. It began in 1974. Since then, nearly 2,200 Bahamian women have had the opportunity of attending St. Ben's, both through campuses in Minnesota and in the Bahamas. Talzina has never wavered in her distinguished public service career. She was an elementary school teacher and principal in Nassau in the 1950s and brought her passion for learning and education to high school math and history to students at Cathedral High School in St. Cloud from 1964 to 1968. She had the honor of working as the Bahamas Government Director of Special Projects from 1970 to 1981, where she worked in the areas of tourism, education, finance, and foreign affairs. In 2005, she was honored with the Bahama Host Commemorative Medal for her work in developing the Bahama Host program, which promotes professionalism, pride, and education in hospitality fields to ensure a proper welcome to visitors. And that's Benedictine. Her work in these fields has had a dramatic impact on the lives and economy of the Bahamas. The trail she has left behind has been a burning beacon of hope for many to follow. The lives of so many have been enriched by the work and endeavors that have made up Talzina's life. Therefore, it is with deep gratitude that I invite Talzina Coakley to accept the President's Medal at the College of St. Benedict. Talzina, please join me at the podium.
Thank you very much, President Benedict. I humbly accept this award in recognition for the work that I was able to do with the tremendous help of many, many people, beginning with my family, of course, and then for the particular program of St. Benedict's College in the Bahamas. There are many of the professors from this campus, as well as those at home, to whom I am greatly indebted for their service and also their trust that they placed in me. And I especially want to mention the first two nuns and professors from here who assisted us. Their Sister Emmanuel Renner, who at the time was the Dean of Continuing Education, and the late Sister Emmerich Weber, who mothered every Bahamian who came to this campus, and even those of us who are back home. Thank you, and in their name, we say thank you.
Thank you for everything. To have a true love and dedication towards one's passion in life is something that we all strive for. Dr. Elizabeth Alexander has found her passion in storytelling and poetry and has had the opportunity to share her love for the literary arts with people from around the globe. Elizabeth is an accomplished poet and essayist with numerous published works, including The Venus Hottentot, Miss Crandall's School for Young Ladies and Little Misses of Color, and American Blue. Her work has been published in many collections and translated into Spanish, German, Italian, Arabic, and Bengali. She received global notoriety when she joined the ranks of a select few poets like Maya Angelou as she recited her poem, Praise Song for the Day, at President Barack Obama's inauguration. Elizabeth also contributes to spreading the joy and passion of writing. She has served on the faculty at numerous institutions and is the chairwoman of the Department of African American Studies at Yale University. Elizabeth's literary works have been revered by many and have been recognized for their part in contributing to improving race relations within our country. She recently was the recipient of the Alphonse Fletcher Senior Fellowship and was awarded the first Jackson Prize for Poetry by her peers. In proud recognition of her literary accomplishments that touch the heart and soul and her continued advancement of race relations within our society, I hereby confer upon Elizabeth Alexander an honorary doctorate in humane letters. Elizabeth, please join me at the podium. I am now pleased to invite Dr. Elizabeth Alexander to deliver the 2010 College of St. Benedict Commencement Address.
Well, first, I want to say thank you for this honor. And I feel so many people smiling down on me because, of course, none of us comes this far on our own. Listening to your president read that creed was simply confirmation of what I felt in the last 24 hours in your community, that this is a very, very special community indeed. And so to receive this honor means a great deal. So a formal good afternoon to you, graduates and your loved ones. I'm so pleased to have been asked to come and speak to you at the College of St. Benedict on this important day in your lives, A day in which you look back toward the hard work of the last 4 years and forward to all that sparkles ahead of you. You'll never forget this day, this juncture, and so I've thought hard about what words would give you something to take along. My advertised topic is creativity and motivating leadership, and please know that I will address that topic, but sometimes obliquely, in the fashion of a poet. My own creativity is best measured in my work as a poet, and that is how we do things, always looking for the surprising angle that moves us toward revelation, large and small. I've thought also about how the difficult work of searching for the absolute best word and then making music from it, how that process has something to offer to those of you who are not making lives as artists, though at least someone among you will. And I interpret leadership to mean a way to think about how you will go forth as shining exemplars, not only perhaps as bosses, but more importantly, as people who coexist in workplaces, neighborhoods, communities, and families. How can you be exemplary in those spheres? The truest and most light-filled words I know came from my grandmother, Winona Bond Logan. And I think about the things she said each and every day, though she has been gone for almost 20 years now. Rather than praise individual acts, she always would ask instead, did you do your best? Did you come prepared? Did you make the best of your day? She was reared in the segregated South in the early part of the 20th century, and in the face of racist words and deeds would say calmly, "Isn't it a pity they are so very limited?" And when I, as a young woman, told her of racist affronts, historical and present, she would rhetorically ask, what does his or her ignorance have to do with you? Their ignorance has nothing to do with you. Move quickly past the inevitable slights we all face in the name of various ignorances, and do not let the toxins take residence in your psyche. Concentrate instead on how to be just and compassionate and humble. She believed in the word, my grandmother did, and precision with the word. All you have is your word, she would say, and your reputation will be made by your word. I have taken that and applied it to the art of writing poetry. Her dictum on the word helps me understand the ethics of writing poetry, the ethics for searching for each perfect and precise word with which to reach across the human void and offer a piece of one soul to the other. That is how human beings connect. We connect with the word. And finally, I offer you her best sartorial advice. After you get dressed in the morning and before you leave the house, look in the mirror and then take off one thing. She believed over-accessorizing was tacky. And so I still find myself, and I really do urge you to take this with you, for over-embellishment and aspiring to her own understated elegance. She'd say, do you really need all those bracelets and those earrings and that scarf and that brooch? Take one thing off. Precision, the finest word, the best accessory, the necessary detail. From other poets as well, I've learned the importance of being open and alert to revelation. Poets teach us to listen between the lines, to glean meaning from gesture and what is left unsaid. We know that messages do not usually arrive on Western Union telegrams or their modern-day equivalent, the text message. What to do is not always spelled out for us. It is not usually spelled out for us. We must open all of our senses and our souls and listen. I want to read you this mysterious and beautiful poem by the great Lucille Clifton, a poet and seer and mentor of mine who just passed away in February, and I want to give you her words as a way of keeping her spirit alive, because she was a very, very miraculous woman and soul. Don't necessarily try to understand every word. It's a mysterious poem, a short poem. Listen instead for the gist of her meaning. The poem is called The Light That Came to Lucille Clifton. The light that came to Lucille Clifton came in a shift of knowing, when even her fondest sureties faded away. It was the summer she understood that she had not understood, and was not mistress even of her own off eye. Then the man escaped throwing away his tie, and the children grew legs and started walking, and she could see the peril of an unexamined life. She closed her eyes, afraid to look for her authenticity. But the light insists on itself in the world. A voice from the non-dead past started talking. She closed her ears, and it spelled out in her hand. You might as well answer the door, my child. The truth is furiously knocking. The truth is furiously knocking. How to listen for those knocks at the doors of our lives is something that poetry and other creative arts exemplify for us all the time. Here's another example of what is to be learned from the creative process. I want to tell you a short story about making soup. My mother is a fine maker of soup. She believes that some people cook and some people bake, but few do both. One is science and one is art, she said. Baking is science, I do art. In cooking, she believes, is intuition and improvisation. And so, no recipes from my mother, many phone calls which persist to this day. When I first made soup, I was about your age, and I was a vegetarian. Well, that is the problem, my mother said, when I called her to say my failed soup was not soup, but rather objects floating around in hot water. Your soup has no backbone because it has no bone. You must have a carcass or a shank, she said. Now, today, on my rare writing days at home, the days blocked off with the children tucked in after school and university obligations miraculously jettisoned, with no breakfasts or lunches or coffees or teeth cleaning appointments or grocery store runs, I like to make a soup all day long. I like it as an analogy to the act of writing poetry, letting the various stages of soup making punctuate my writing. First, I root about the fridge, looking for the odds and ends that have no other use but to be made into soup or thrown away. I don't like to waste. Writers know we must be thrifty with images, memories, ideas, use them up, make something from the scraps. And so the soup making continues. I sit and I write when I leave the stove, and the writing never feels good. At some point, I escape and put the toughest vegetables back in the pot. Then it's time to go to get on the phone with this one or that one to procrastinate a bit, and then time to make lunch, and then back to the desk, and so it goes until dinner approaches, and it's time to pick up the children. But before that, to do what they call seasoning the meal to taste. How do you know when the soup is done? When recipes say season to taste, it can make you panic. How do you know when it tastes right? According to whose taste? And when is it finished? For many of you, these questions will come when you do things in your chosen profession, trying to do it just right, trying to make a product that you can be proud of, that pleases others. As with writing, I have learned much about this over the years, that some soups, like some poems, are better than others. But the end of a day like this, the soup is done, a poem is drafted, and there is always a nourishing offer. I remember my grandmother's words again. Did you do your best? Did you come prepared? I made this for you, I say when my children are at the table. Sometimes they say weird or ew. Sometimes they say delicious, and even this is the best soup I ever ate in my whole entire life. Because we've attended to home training, though, they always say thank you, which in part is my point, and what I think we should say to each other, not only when we've tried our best, but when we've reached inside and brought something forth and offered it to the people with whom we share community and struggled to make it beautiful and well-wrought and nourishing. Thank you. And know also that in the work you do, the process, the journey, is often the point. Who are each of you in the human community? How does community guide your actions as workers and creative leaders? Though this is a day where we appropriately celebrate your individual accomplishments, please never forget that you're here because someone wanted you to be here. We are all beneficiaries of the grit, tenacity, and genius of body and spirit, with more than a little good fortune thrown in, of people who have come before us. And I believe that is especially true for us as women. The amazing history and culture of women who seized education when we were not thought educable is yours to explore, learn, tend, and pass on. Women hold up half the sky is a beautiful Chinese saying, and you will always find strength and encouragement in the stories of the women who came before you, many of which may come from your own family or from history books or from wise people who you happen upon who share those stories with you, stories of women's ingenuity, power, and perseverance. I hope you'll take a moment today to stand still in conscious gratitude. Thank your parents, here you are. Thank them and everybody who ever loved you and minded you at home and at school. Thank the people who cleaned up after you and cooked for you to whatever extent at home and at school. Thank anyone who taught you to do anything for yourself. Thank the people who surprised you with their attention. Thank the teachers who made learning a challenge and encouraged you to do what you might not naturally have been good at. And even thank those who underestimated or mistreated you, for by graduating and coming this far, you have decisively proven them wrong. Speak up and be courageous. Gloria Steinem prescribes that people commit one outrageous act every day. I revise that to say one courageous act a day. Be it an extending act of kindness, speaking up when the butterflies in our stomach say no, giving half of your metaphorical sandwich to someone who does not have one, admitting when you've been wrong, pushing past where your knowledge stops through the discomfort of unknowing. Always, always, always speaking truth to power. Strong communities know that the most potent and useful challenges come from within. Only interrogation and challenge from within our communities will make them stronger and wiser. And even if you think no one is listening when you speak up, please know that at least one person always is. And now that you're a bit older, that someone who is listening might be younger. So like the old folks say, take someone with you. Now that you've finished college, you've stepped up a level in the age hierarchy in your families and communities. There are teenagers and children who are watching you carefully, who are watching you today. Take a younger person, a sibling, a cousin, a neighbor, a friend's child. The next time you go to a concert or to a lecture or anywhere that you find interesting, pass along a book when you've finished with it. Think about the ecosystem of your actions, what you take in, send out, so you have room for more and someone else is filled anew. And take a younger person along when you're doing mundane things so they can see what being a responsible grown-up is all about. When you're doing your errands, paying your bills, sorting your recyclables, gassing the car, shopping for groceries, weeding the yard, folding the laundry. These regular quotidian acts are as much of what adult life is about as the big and shiny moments of graduations and career choices and adventures. And when younger people tag along, they learn what they need to know to take the next step themselves. Our poets teach us so much. The poet and activist June Jordan, who lived from 1936 to 2002, and was also an essayist and teacher, is one of my other touchstones. She also wrote anthologies, children's books, plays, and the tough-minded memoir, Soldier. One of the things I've always admired about her is that she was, at the core, a fighter, a comrade, a stand-up-and-be-counted kind of woman. And yet, despite that fundamental nature, so many of her poems, most of her poems, are love poems of the tenderest variety and poems of exaltation and wonder. In her epistemology, love exists on the same force field as struggle. In political contexts, she would ask these crucial questions. Where is the love? Do you know what you are fighting for as well as what you are fighting against? She wrote, and I quote, "I am saying that the ultimate connection cannot be the enemy. The ultimate connection must be the need we find between us. It is not only who you are, in other words, but what we can do for each other that will determine the connection." It is love in her unsentimental vision that can blaze a path through a world in which violence is too commonplace. It is not paradoxical that love should inform and guide our struggles and battles. I wish for you work that matters and work that you love. And what is work that matters? In some jobs, it's more obvious than in others how you are being helpful. But I think in all jobs, we can find ways to be useful with our labor, to turn our physical and intellectual energy toward other human beings, to let our own hard-won excellence serve more than paying the bills and material pleasures. The struggle to do good work and to better ourselves with our work is truly a noble one, and I hope you stay engaged in that struggle. And so, at the end of the day, what was always true is truer, and something I remind myself of all the time, and I offer to you. The work itself is the only antidote to the things that make it hard to do the work. And so, the lessons of the elders that I grew up with, that so many of you grew up with, some of whom are here with you today in celebration, that make our way to us, these lessons, through our families, but also through study and through the example of art and through chance encounters with wise strangers, to the many ways to quest to enrich ourselves. I say that it is a gift to love the work that you do. And so, for me, the honor of work is what I bring forth to you tonight. In conclusion, never forget that the greatest word is love. Love of the other, love of children, love of elders, love of community, love of the earth, and deeply importantly, love of self. The kind of self-love that means you stand strong in your sense of being a self of service. My heartfelt congratulations to you for everything you have accomplished. May each step you take be guided by love. Thank you.
I would like to introduce you to today's student speaker, Ashley Ver Burg. Ashley is an environmental studies major from River Falls, Wisconsin. She spent this past year serving as the president of the St. Ben's student body. During her time at St. Ben's, Ashley served her community as a women's issue representative on the St. Ben's Senate, an event technician for the CSB Events and Conferences Office, a student ambassador, an orientation leader, and a community advisor for CSB Residential Life. She spent the fall of her junior year abroad in France and interned last summer at the environmental nonprofit 1,000 Friends of Minnesota as the 2009 Marie and Robert Jackson Fellow. Please join me in welcoming Ashley with a round of applause.
Before I begin, I'd really like to extend another thank you to Dr. Alexander. Your speech was very moving, and we are very lucky to have you today, so thank you for that. CSB administration, faculty, staff, esteemed guests, family, friends, and fellow Bennies of the class of 2010, what an amazing time it is to be at St. Ben's. To our guests who traveled across the state, around the country, and over oceans to be with us today, welcome to our home. It is a remarkable place, and we are so grateful to share a glimpse of our lives at St. Ben's with you today. It's fascinating what a number of years at a special institution like St. Ben's can do to you. As Bennies, we live in a community of leaders, intellectuals, and high achievers. We are exposed to the brilliant minds of our professors, the compassionate hearts of our beloved sisters, and the guiding hands of our dedicated mentors. We are inspired, we are motivated, and we together are the pulse of a community that fosters an infectious environment for women's empowerment and leadership. This same environment can also sometimes make things like graduating college seem to be just the next logical step, and we forget all that it takes to earn a St. Ben's diploma. So everyone, as we prepare to sit through the calling of 494 names in just a moment, I'd like to give you something to think about. Graduates, what did it take to make it to this day? Allow me to provide a framework to answer this question. It took surviving all the CSB SJU firsts: the first day of class, the first ride on the link, the first fall off the link, the first final, the first, and certainly not the only, chapel walk, the first 10-plus page research paper, and eventually the first year of college. So it took courage. We bravely traded the comforts of a home, or of our homes, to pursue a St. Ben's degree. And with this courage came great reward. It took opening our minds to global perspectives inside and outside St. Joseph, Minnesota. As we came here, St. Ben's and St. John's was increasing its out-of-state recruitment. So together, we forged a new path toward a diverse and global community at St. Ben's. With over half of our class studying abroad in 5 continents during our junior year, we discovered that you don't have to be in central Minnesota to experience the amazing Benny and Johnny connection. Which brings me to, it took the Johnnies. St. John's became our home away from home, St. Ben's, and the Johnnies became our friends, colleagues, and classmates, allowing us to challenge ourselves in ways not possible if St. Ben's was an institution on its own. It took studying and working harder than we ever imagined. The liberal arts curriculum and our professors challenged us to learn. They taught us how to conduct and present the highest quality research, how to engage in academic dialogue with some of the leading experts in our fields, and of course, how to pull the best all-nighters the day before major exams. So professors, thank you for showing us how to be intellectuals. You are the constant foundation of these institutions, and we so appreciate you for that. So of course, it took friendship. As distance grew between us and our hometowns, we brought in the definition of family to include our newfound friends. Over the years, we became each other's encouragement, strength, voice of reason, and source of happiness. We leave today as sisters ready to take on the world. And of course, it took the most incredible support systems: parents, grandparents, siblings, and loved ones, those with us here today and those who couldn't be with us here today. Thank you for fielding our late night phone calls, helping us through all the challenges we face, and seeing our strength when even we could not. We are here today because of your courage and support. And finally, it took one final year full of the most amazing accomplishments at the most amazing place. We presented research at conferences around the country and the world. We were inducted into prestigious honor societies. We wrote theses, and we handed them in. We led athletic teams and student organizations to unthinkable successes, solidified relationships, and we became the women we once admired. It was finally our turn to participate in all the wild senior events of the last month, and we did. And while the past few days maybe took a little waterproof mascara, when it hit us that our time at St. Ben's was over, we had the most incredible experiences to be proud of. So graduates, as each of our 494 names is called, let's be proud of all it took for each one of us to make it to this day. Our experiences prepared us, St. Ben's prepared us, and we are ready to show the world the Bennies that we've become.
Today's program lists 494 candidates for the baccalaureate degree. The College of St. Benedict is happy to recognize these degree candidates. It is understood that the appropriate degrees are earned by the candidates who successfully complete all requirements for that degree by the end of the scholastic year. Will the candidates for the degrees please rise? Please rise. Dr. Marianne Benninger, President of the College of St. Benedict. These students are now presented to you for conferral of the appropriate degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon those candidates whose names appear in the commencement program the appropriate Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees indicated, with all the attendant rights and privileges of which the degrees to be given to them shall forever be testimony. Now I ask Dr. Joe Desjardins, Associate Provost and Academic Dean, to read the names of our candidates for degrees.
And may I ask the audience to please withhold applause until all candidates have received their degrees. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors: Egregia cum laude. Kathleen Elizabeth Bauer, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Catherine Eileen Eben, all college honors, distinction in Hispanic Studies and Peace Studies, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Catherine Ann Harches, all college honors, distinction in biochemistry, Phi Beta Kappa. Stephanie Elizabeth Hunter. Megan Rose Coltis, distinction in English, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Stephanie Elise Rowe, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with honors, summa cum laude. Jennifer Mary Alexander, Phi Beta Kappa. Kristen Ann Beckstrand, all college honors, distinction in music, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Laura Elizabeth Block, Phi Beta Kappa. Sarah Christine Burke, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Lindsay Christine Cermak, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Megan Lynn Crane, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Sarah Marie Crompton, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Michelle Ray Eberhard, all college honors, distinction in Peace Studies, Phi Beta Kappa. Allison Jane Golsky, Phi Beta Kappa. Kelsey Jean Gustafson, Phi Beta Kappa. Elizabeth Marie Hout, all college honors, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Catherine Ann Holt, all college honors, distinction in biology, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Amanda Ray Hout. Laura Elizabeth Kanowski, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Allison Mary Caranda, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Kayla Mae Craig, Phi Beta Kappa. Rochelle Mary Laura. Catherine Jean Minier. Christina Mary Nowak, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Mary Elizabeth Olson, all college honors. Sarah Margaret Parker, all college honors, distinction in chemistry, Phi Beta Kappa. Kellyanne Peltz. Brooke Ashley Peterson, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Elise Suzanne Rethlake, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Christy Ann Severance, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Megan Nicole Sinner, all college honors, distinction in English, Phi Beta Kappa and Delta Epsilon Sigma. Angela Marie Tate, distinction in English, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Jacelyn Bethany Taubel, all college honors, distinction in economics, Phi Beta Kappa. Ashley Rose Tyson, Phi Beta Kappa. Kristen Marie Tomey, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Paula Jean Trout, all college honors, distinction in art, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Teresa Marie Walsh, Phi Beta Kappa. Stephanie Marie Wegman, Phi Beta Kappa, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with honors, magna cum laude. Carrie Elizabeth Abrams. Brianna Catherine Oranger, Phi Beta Kappa. Lindsay Ann Bond, distinction in mathematics, Phi Beta Kappa. Haley Marie Beresford, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa. Erin Rose Bitker, Phi Beta Kappa. Bridget Louise Blatzheim. Emily Eris Buggy, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Laura Jacqueline Buggy, all college honors, distinction in mathematics, Phi Beta Kappa. Elise Helen Carpenter. Rochelle Carol Kea, Phi Beta Kappa. Heather Rose Cedarholm. Christy Oyan Jing, Katrina Chan, distinction in psychology. Jennifer Helen Dahl. Kristen K. Decker. Sonia Germanovich. Jacqueline Elizabeth Duke-Sher, distinction in political science. Josipa Fofich. Melissa Marie Fuyan. Maria Ann Gao. Carrie Ann Hackenmuller. Catherine Marie Hansen. Elizabeth Marie Hansen. Erica Laura Ann Hartle. Lacey Michelle Hegum. Emily Rose Heisel. Nicole Nina Hochsprung. Amy Louise Hogerton, Phi Beta Kappa. Halise Marie Jackson. Emma Jo James. Elizabeth Jean Kent, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa. Emily Ann Krogh. Sarah Michael Labute, Phi Beta Kappa. Anamika Francesca Ligervard, distinction in psychology. Stephanie Marie McIntoon, Phi Beta Kappa. Melissa Jean Marquardt. Hadley Oliban McIntosh, Phi Beta Kappa. Emily Ann Miller. Jenna Marie Miller, Phi Beta Kappa. Mackenzie Nicole Moore. Lauren Brianne Neal. Kara Jean Orwell. Javan Rose Pauly, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa. Larissa Ann Ranvek. Jennifer Elizabeth Richter, all college honors, distinction in theater. Caitlin Therese Reese. Crystal Day Sawatsky. Kimberly Rose Schmidt, Delta Epsilon Sigma. Carla Sue Schomer, all college honors, distinction in computer science and mathematics, Phi Beta Kappa. Anna Rose Schumacher, all college honors, Phi Beta Kappa. Vanya Sudar. Rachel Lynn Teagues. Na Hong Tran, distinction in economics. Sarah Elizabeth Fineste, distinction in management. Jennifer Lynn Vianney. Abby Marie Walsh, Phi Beta Kappa. Deanna Joy Waldvogel. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with honors cum laude. Jacqueline Elizabeth Beyer, distinction in psychology. Anne Marie Beckman. Emily Ann Borka. Ashley Maureen Buddy. Courtney K. Bystrom, Carly Michelle Charbonneau, Leah Claire Christensen, Allison Curran Sheehan, Stephanie Cecilia Drellick, Amy Eileen Engel, Caitlin Elizabeth Engel, Melissa Lynn Frickty, Ashley Ann Godell, Megan Elizabeth Gunderson, Distinction in Theater, Laura Mae Huris, Chelsea Elizabeth Jensen, Distinction in Psychology, Phi Beta Kappa, Melissa Lee Keeger, Melissa Ann Cook, Patricia Ann Kozlak, Hannah Marie Lammer, Allison Elizabeth Manley, Carlene Marie Morris, Kelsey Lee Raywalt, Charlotte Marie Rogers, all college honors, distinction in biology, Caitlin Don Schultz, Jennifer Ann Schmitz, Christina Sheshlia, Kate Frances Strachan, distinction in psychology, Rebecca Marie Sewer, Alexandra Lynn Tansom, Ashley Marie Thompson, Taylor Elise Vandenberg, Rachel Mary Vanderheiden, Marita Joy Vevering, Rita Therese White, candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honors, summa cum laude, Megan Marie Koenig. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honors, magna cum laude, Anna Claire Johnson, Mandy Faye Libesmeyer, Rebecca Ann Maddox, Caitlin Elizabeth Madison, Emily Elizabeth Paul, Laura Ann Schulte, Ashley Rose Sieben. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honors, cum laude, Leah Marie Miller, Jennifer Renee Narveson, Katie Jo Rednitsky, Anna Elizabeth Lynch Sandquist, Katie Ann Schlick, Amy Therese Steiner, candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bryn Lindsay Auberg, Carly Ann Abrahamson, Jessica Diane Agnew Hepner, Mayra Teresa Aguilera, Nicole Jean Anderson, Andrea Marie Anson. Heather Jocelyn Arnholt. Mirjana Babic. Melissa Bach. Sarah Ann Baker. Catherine Ann Barron. Candace K. Bartels. Caitlin Nicole Bartos. Chandrika Batra. Anna Christina Baumgartner. Laura Katarina Beach. Erica Lee Beach. Quinn Nicole Bennett. Maya Elise Bent. Anna Marie Berg. Katie Elizabeth Beshears. Danae Adina Bethel. Brooke Brianna Beyer. Alexandra Bikic. Monica Laura Rosen Bleckinger. Brianne K. Boardman. Catherine Hannah Elaine Bonches. Jennifer Mary Boren. Samantha Gabriella Boris. Abby Marie Brow. Molly Ann Bray. Kelly Nicole Brazina. Ashley Amy Brown. Christina Marie Bruns. Alyssa Ann Berg. Shannon Marie Byers. Ashley Michelle Carlisle. Caitlin Elizabeth Carr. Elizabeth Ann Carol Anderson. Alexandra Pindro Chapman. Yu Chen. Susan Marie Chen. Megan Joelle Chirpick. Dickie Chozum. Janae Nicole Coette. Shannon Joy Marie Conk. Emily Jean Cook. Mary Margaret Crosby. April Ann Dahman. Sarah Elizabeth Dayton. Tiffany Eileen De Leon. Gisela Marie de Silva. Heather Marie DeNike. Stephanie Jo DeGeest. Tara Marie DeWitt. Siobhan Eliza Dodds. Michaela Rose Dunn. Amy Marie Durheim, all college honors. Kellyanne Ebner. Catherine Elizabeth Ellis. Courtney Rose Pauline Ellison. Kaylee Marie Elstad. Sarah Ann Engelbrecht. Sarah Claire Etten. Tara Elizabeth Evanger. Shannon Lee Eveland. Brittany Jean Fabry. Gina Lynn Felling. D'Angela Rose Deshawn Ferguson. Emily Christine Field. Megan Suzanne Flegel. Nicole Lee Forrester. Amanda Rose Forstrom. Helly Elizabeth Foss. Carolyn Louisa Fritz. Amanda Joy Fuller. Nicole Lisa Gagnon, all college honors. Ibez Galeano Rivas. Laura Marie Gamache. Lilia Garcia. Sarah Jean Gardner. Allison Ann Garrity. Melissa Brianne Gierman. Kelsey Erin German. Alyssa Danielle Gersheshki. Pamela Jean Glazier. Heidi Elaine Galliette. Lauren Elise Gooley. Erin Doreen Granlund. Lindsay Johnson Grallman. Kelsey Therese Griffin. Melissa Ann Gross. Angela Mary Gensel. Stacy Sharon Hackenmuller. Natalie Sho Hamilton. Caitlin Sophia Hamaker. Lindsay K. Hansen. Roseanne Marie Hansen. Courtney Ann Hansen. Catherine Ann Hansen. Sarah Marie Hansen. Michaela Ray Harp. Anna Linnea Haugen. Sarah Marie Hogan. Carolyn Therese Haupert. Sarah Ann Havemeyer. Lindsay Bryn Havlick. Casey Marie Heichel. Jonna Marie Held, Molly Elizabeth Helmbrecht, Megan Nicole Heeman, Caitlin Joy Hemish, Annalise Jean Henderson, Catherine Frances Hendricks, Stephanie Marie Hengel, Erin Rose Herberg, Jiao Quinn Tan Hong, Amy Britt Hoshin, Alyssa Rose Hoff, Sarah Rachel Hoffman, Lindsay Ann Holm, Jennifer Michelle Holmseth, Shannon Elizabeth Hooley, Rebecca Shaner Hermatka, Ashley Noel Hudak, Alyssa Ann Hunnicky, Lauren Elizabeth Hunter, Ann Therese Hylden, Catherine Lee Isham, Kelsey Lynn Ivansich, Elizabeth Ann Jakeway, Brianna Marie Jensen, Stacy Marie Jessen, Alyssa Mae Johnson, Ashley Catherine Johnson, Danielle Christine Johnson, Jade Elizabeth Johnson, Tamika and Tora Johnson, Megan Ann Cack, Taylor Elise Canowin, Kelsey Jo Kelly, Abigail Marie Kemp, Gabrielle Nicole Kephart, Jody Catherine Kerfeld, Teresa Kathleen Kerr, Javine Amayama Khan, Denise Lynn Kingsley, Stacy Jean Kinsella, Allison Kimberly Klenke, April Marie Klinghagen, Cassandra Jean Kochimpa, Claire Therese Kosick, Megan Sue Kerner, Megan Marie Kester, Jennifer Lynn Ketter, Chelsea Marie Kolb, Anne Klein Kohler, Hannah Susan Koprek, Sarah Victoria Kornick, Kayla Marie Cotilla, Leanna Mae Kramer, Carrie Ann Cragness, Catherine Elizabeth Croyce, Rachel Ann Kunde, Stephanie Ann Lahr, Maureen Bryn Lashen. Kellyanne Marie Lauer, distinction in political science. Teresa Marie Lane. Angela Marie Linen. Emily Marie Lenz. Nicole Marie Lewis. Megan Marie Lichter. Rachel Marie Litsky. Hui Kim Lu. Lauren Marie Lohman. Christine Ann Long. Katie Lynn Lundgren. Tianwan Ma. Nicole Lynn Magadans. Julie Ann Magnuson. Micah Louise Major. Rodlin Melissa Malcolm. Catherine Ann Mandolin. Amy Lorraine Marshall. Jillianne Lydia Marthaler. Lisa Catherine Marthaler. Alandra Marie Sherry McEnran. Marnie Jo McGinnis. Elizabeth Jean McMurray. Ariel Ann Meister. Lauren Elizabeth Mers. Ashlyn Susan Meyer. Brittany Gray Meyer. Sarah Elizabeth Meeson. Sarah Elizabeth Michelson. Nadia Leandra Miller. Andrea Faye Millerburn. Katie Andriette Million. Megan Lee Mills Rittman, distinction in English. Alyssa Beverly Minter. Jana Elise Mose. Lauren Juliana Monniquette. Erin Margaret Moore. Jody Renee Moore. Shannon Kathleen Moore. Sophie Ann Morelli. Amanda Ann Machenbacher. Lee Moi. Jacqueline Murillo. Yesenia Murillo. Marie Diane Muskie. Jessica Lee Nigerian All College Honors. Megan Michelle Nelson. Tracy Marie Ness. Daisy Navarez. Samantha Jo Noble. Claire Maureen Nolan. Ephesianie Marie Shutenyayo. Sarah May Ostrike. Catherine Marie O'Keefe. Virginia Sky Ollie. Christine Marie Palmer, all college honors. Rebecca Lee Peichel. Shannon Marie Pepin. Kelsey Marie Peralt. Leah Rose Petermeyer. Brittany Ann Peters. Brianna Brooke Peterson. Amanda Sektara Pan. Amina Miyamoto Phillips. Anna Marie Carlson Phillip. Michelle Ann Pickle. Emily Marie Plunkett. Joy Joanne Poland. Jenna Marie Pollard. Nikita Poon Kong. Rochelle Marie Pop. Megan Elizabeth Poplar. Alyssa Joy Powers. Cassianne M. Prosenko. Blair Elise Prokop. Amanda Chestel Raming. Nicole Ann Reed. Shalane Kimberly Reeves Torkelson. Emily Sue Resnicek. Shandia Alexis Richards. Caitlin Rebecca Reeb. Stacy Jo Reland. Shanna Lynn Robinson. Angela Marie Rogers. Devone Patricia Roll. Annalisa Rustad. Susan Ann Sass. Jennifer Lynn Sauer. Allison Michaela Shalak. Ashley Patricia Schlepper. Mindy Rose Schmidt. Elizabeth Ann Schmidtke. Sarah Ann Smith. Sarah Jo Schmitz. Catherine Ann Schneider, Distinction in Communication and English. Rebecca Ann Schultz. Danielle Marie Schutz. Ashley Marie Sinnen. Rachel Danielle Sinnen. Rebecca Lynn Sinner. Colleen Rose Smith. Anthea Eldine Spires. Alexandra Catherine Stahlberger. Amanda Rachel Stonick. Anna Herges Stomberg. Carissa Kelly Stork. Shannon Therese Strom. Amy Lynn Stubblefield. Laura Ann Sir. Caitlin Carolyn Sunberg. Shayla Rose Schwartz. Jamie Netica Simonette. Brittany Marie Tam. Shuyang Tang, all college honors, distinction in economics. Courtney Rayanne Teagues. Jennifer Ann Ho Tong. Allison Kane Torville. Catherine Lynn Tree. Tasha Nicole Truskolaski. Lisa Ling Sang Song. Brooke Kathlena Tui. Megan Molly Tui. Jamie Marie Utzinger. Leslie Allen Van Cleef III. Megan Elizabeth Van Lowe. Margaret Elizabeth Vanell. Ashley Ann Ver Burg. Erin Ray Walters. Jill Margaret Warren. Lindsay Jill Watashek, all college honors. Catherine Helene Weber. Anna Infelice Weber. Laura Elise Weber. Leah Ray Weber. Lindsay Ann Weinberger. Kayla Ann Wyrens. Jamie Marie Welly. Andrea Rose Welsh. Ashley Rose Wenning. Tara Christine Wessels. Catherine Harrington Westland, all college honors. Karen Kathleen Wheeler. Neva Ann Widener. Emily Marie Willert. Kendra Ray Wilhite. Chelsea Elizabeth Wilson. Rachel Ann Wood. Megan Marie Woodruff. Carmen Jean Worms. Erin Kathleen Yates, all college honors. Penny Yu Bunyin. Tiffany Catherine Zucker. Ashley Mariah Zartner. Catherine Lucy Zampano. Lauren Christine Zwolensky. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science: Nicole Ellen Augustin. Elizabeth Patricia Babineau. Allison Joy Berg. Abigail Marie Bergeson. Amber Dawn Detloff. Caitlin Lauren Erickson. Mara Ruth Eitenauer. Kelly Anandi Flatten, Ashley Jean Fulton, Elizabeth Ann Heinen, Sarah Michelle Hund, Alyssa Ann Cottsmith, Emily K. Kratchwill, Ann Elizabeth Kuduk, Christine Sarah Lambrecht, Stephanie Marie Marr, Christine Mary Oman, Shannon Kathleen Osborne, Shannon Marie Polly, Catherine Alicia Radcliffe, Lucy Elizabeth Retka, Mary Alice Riemann, Anna Louise Ressler, Suzanne Jewel Schrader, Jamie Elizabeth Sequist, Cara Marie Solberg, Kelly Marie Spanier, Natalie Claire Shearstad, Caitlin Jamie Komar Tilkey. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the class of 2010.
To you, the graduates of the class of 2010, congratulations. As president of the St. Ben's Alumni Board, I'm excited to officially welcome you to the Alumni Association. This association began over 90 years ago and today includes almost 20,000 incredible women. St. Ben's women have so many things in common. We have a degree from the #1 Catholic liberal arts college for women in the country. We describe ourselves as strong, spiritual, smart, resilient, bold, confident, adventurous, and innovative. We are talented, we are compassionate, and we make a positive difference wherever we go. We share a love for this place founded by the Sisters of St. Benedict, remarkable women in their own right. With their rich tradition and pioneering spirit to nurture us, you and I are destined to make a difference in the communities where we live and work, and we do. It has been nearly 20 years since I was sitting as you are now, patiently waiting for this ceremony to be over. But I was also feeling just a little anxious about trading my St. Ben's world for the real world. Trust me, you will be just fine. I am excited to watch your futures unfold, and I look forward to hearing of your many accomplishments. Congratulations to you all, and welcome to the Benny Network and the Alumni Association.
Gracious God, look kindly upon these women who have just graduated from the College of St. Benedict. They have been mentored to this moment in this Benedictine community of love and learning. May they now find and foster new communities of love wherever they go. May they be faithful students of life, growing in wisdom, generosity, and compassion, in common sense, and in a sense of purpose for the common good. May they delight in the wonders of your creation, and may they walk gently and tenderly on the good earth. May they recognize your blessing in all the circumstances of their lives, and may they be a blessing for all the people they encounter. May they have hearts of gratitude for all your gifts, and may they be joyful witnesses of your goodness. May they never despair of your mercy, and may they never withhold mercy from those who are in despair. May they always be confident of your love for them, and may they never turn away when someone needs their love. And may we all come together again in everlasting life. We ask this in the name of Jesus, your Son, the Anointed One, whose peace and Holy Spirit we breathe and are thereby emboldened to call each other sister and brother. Amen.
Thank you.